What's up, YouTube? This is Toad, and today we're going to be talking about using a fidget spinner. Now, am I late to this trend or what? Now, this is a fidget spinner. Now, let me take all these bearings and put them back. But before I do, why is this great? Well, see, holotropic breathwork and Wim Hof breathing both get you high. Okay, they get you high because they induce what's called hypocapnic hypoxia. And that means that your carbon goes really low, your CO2 is super low, and your oxygen goes super low. Now, the damage caused by lower oxygen is actually because the oxygen is out of proportion with the CO2. That's what the damages from hypoxia are actually caused by, not the hypoxia itself. So when you induce hypocapnic hypoxia, you still need oxygen for stuff to function, but if there's not CO2 poisoning, you're not going to poison yourself. And this means that you can go low oxygen and pretty much make certain parts of your brain deactivate. You can make your CPU deactivate until you're just in a wave state. And that's why Wim Hof breathing and holotropic breathwork are psychedelic experiences, especially after you repeat this process on a daily basis for a long time. Because this activates brand new neural pathways, and those brand new neural pathways make it easier to get high on this breathing. They actually, instead of getting a tolerance to holotropic breathwork, it just goes, hey, you know, I'm gonna get more when you do it over and over again. And why is this good? Well, when you're doing it, oftentimes, because it's turning your brain off and or making it spaz, what you're not going to be able to do, this is one thing you're not going to be able to do once you get really high on breath work. You're not going to be able to know whether or not you're breathing or focus very well. But with this, guess what? There's one task. There's not the task of breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And now, this is really only good for holotropic breathing, but guess what? It is good for Wim Hof as well, because it's pretty easy to go, well, man, I've been breathing a while. Let me stop and hold. Now I'm holding. Now I'm doing Wim Hof breathing and doing a long hold and hold in. But yeah, that's why these are good. Anyway, you can just use these, and they dramatically increase the efficiency and speed at which you can get high with holotropic or Wim Hof breathing. And guess what else is great about this? Is that holotropic breathwork and Wim Hof breathing open your mind. They open your neural pathways. They reprogram your addictions. They reprogram shit and uncode shit. So you're basically clearing out the junk from your head when you do holotropic breathwork. You're literally saying, hey, neurons, work a different way. And then they work a different way. They get used to working a different way. You think outside the box this way. And the Bible says, yeah, the Bible says, we're talking about the Bible today. Okay, the Bible says that the eyes are the place of light in the body. And it says that when your eyes become a single eye, that your body will be filled with light. You will be filled with light. It says God is light. You'll be filled with God. It also says God is love. It says he's a lot of things. But basically, the third eye is not just a chakra, nor is it just a gland. It's not just the pineal gland, and it's not just a chakra. The third eye is something special in regards to awakening. You see, you can feel something with the heart chakra, but ultimately you can't navigate it unless you can see it. Okay? Or it becomes much harder to navigate, kind of like it's harder for blind people to navigate. The same way, if you're blind, it's harder to navigate what you experience. And yeah, doing this basically will induce a psychedelic experience, especially after repeated use, which means no tolerance involved there, so it's better than drugs in that way. And it's pretty easy when you have one of these, especially if it's highly weighted. And honestly, whether or not it's highly weighted depends on whether or not you want to do it for a long time. But basically, if you go like doing Wim Hof method, and I just go until I get lightheaded with these weights, it's going to take longer to get up to speed. You can use this for sessions by going like, and it will just keep getting faster. But it'll just keep getting faster. And you can do sessions like that by once it gets up to speed, you exhale and take these things out. Take these weights out. and then this is better for quick breathing because it'll stop quicker. Okay? So pretty much because this will give it more inertia, and so you'll, after you get the initial over the hill part, over the bend of doing it, these will give it more inertia, so it'll spin for longer, and then you can take them out halfway through while you're doing the hold, and then it'll make for quicker breaths, for, you know, a more intense high. So, yeah. This was today's video about using a fidget spinner to get high. And is that weird? It's a little bit weird. But everything's a little bit weird. Nothing's really all that normal. So, yeah. This is how to get high on a fidget spinner. Enjoy life. Goodbye.